Welcome to another episode of I Wonder, Doctor.
Let's look at the situation where you encounter someone that you care about who's uncomfortable, obviously having an uncomfortable experience. What do you do? What did I do wrong? Are they upset with me?
Yeah.
I mean, that can be an automatic knee-jerk reflex for all of us. I mean, the whole subject is shame, like that thing we haven't totally healed where we feel like something's wrong with us at the core of our being. And so when someone's looking askew at us, or a little feels funny in their own self, we can immediately jump to, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
And we can go further than that. We can say, you have no right to be upset with me. You have no idea that they're upset really with you. You might be reading that they're upset accurately.
And they can make the same mistake I make, which is I can come home from work and I'm grumpy about all sorts of things, and my wife will say something that's subtly out of turn or rubs me wrong, and I'll be less than sweet with her. The truth of the matter is I'm upset. I'm not actually upset at her. I'm just unable to be my kindest, sweetest self. And when she's at her wisest, she knows that. She doesn't take it personally. She doesn't think I'm actually flipping out at her. She just knows her dear husband needs to come home and settle in and get a massage or lay down for a second. Anyhow.
There's the cure.
Yeah.
That in the instance that you just described, she was understanding enough in the moment to not be thrown out of joint by you being uncomfortable. In fact, she was able to bring to the situation something called compassion. She was able to see you and see that you were upset and wanting to be a safe space for that and kind, and not get in some kind of discussion about how uncomfortable you are and why you're always coming home from work uncomfortable or whatever you could say. It's a wonderful tool. It's called being kind and spacious when we recognize that someone we love is having an uncomfortable experience, and not jumping to any conclusions like, well, why are they upset at me? Or how come they did that?
Or the need to fix that moment, make it better, make them better, work out the nuances of why they spoke to me less than perfect or gave me the evil eye or whatever it is
This
I
is the
think
big
that's
point.
going on.
It's called focusing on the splinter in someone else's eye rather than recognizing the telephone pole in your own. In this case, the telephone pole was, I got triggered by them not looking at me lovingly. Now I'm mega uncomfortable. And that's where I wanted to go with this, because this always works with me. It's not so much I've got to rearrange the person and how they're living and being in the moment that ever goes anywhere. I mean, even if you want to change your own self in a moment, how successful are you doing that? You know what a piece of work it is to stop in your tracks and make a change for the beneficial. So to try and do that with someone else, and I've been in the profession of trying to assist people to change. I can tell you, it's not an easy thing to get someone else to change.
Yeah.
Where I want to apply the effort and the skill is helping myself in the moment. And what I could recognize when someone's looking at me funny and I start feeling funny, the elephant in the room is I'm feeling funny. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Look at that. I'm feeling shame. I'm feeling like there's something wrong with me. Okay, what's the remedy? Nothing more than being conscious of it and accepting it. I accept myself. Yes, I'm a human being that is insecure about my very existence and self in this moment. And I can breathe and feel that. I can accept that. I can accept that feeling, the part of me that's feeling shame. It's an act of unconditional love. I'm not putting a condition on how I'm supposed to be. So these are big topics.
Yeah.
And we'll cover them in many different ways in I Wonder, Doctor. But the moral of the story is, don't focus in on the splinter in someone else's eye. Try and examine the telephone pole in your own, because that's where you have the power.
Yeah. Great.